Happy Wednesday, Doug and Cindy here. Thanks for joining us on Help Me Help Mama livecast. Hope you're having a great day. If you get in our newsletters, have done some newsletters lately. Wintertime in Arkansas Part 1, and today was Wintertime in Arkansas Part 2 because it's wintertime in Arkansas and the temperature is going, it was like 60 and then 20. And then today it's supposed to get up to 60 again. They'll probably get down to 20 again tonight. But hey, we're not bored, are we?
No,
So,
absolutely.
speaking of bored or not being bored, if you're the caregiver for a senior and they're aging, they need help sometimes, and you may be the one helping. And so, we're going to talk a little bit today about clues or how you would know if they need some help. And so, we're going to talk about some of that.
Okay. So the way we measure if they need help or not is what is called the activities of daily living. And this is like a system of measurement that was developed back in the 1950s, but still it's used today by the medical community, independent living, assisted living, skilled cares. It's used to determine if your loved one needs help and could qualify for some benefits. But where I think it is most important is that you understand what these activities are. They are the activities that we perform every day, and it helps us to remain independent and safe. So, what are a couple of the activities?
We know like feeding, bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring, things like that. And it's the reason these are important is so you know what to focus on. Your mom or dad may be declining, and a lot of times it's they think they're okay when they're not, or it may just be fear talking. They may think if you know how bad it really is that you'll put them in the nursing home, or you'll say you'll want them to do something they don't really want to do. They want to be home alone and independent, but if you see them really struggling with some of these important areas, this may be a clue that they need some help. And also, if you kind of break them down into specific areas to focus on, you may say, okay, mom's doing okay transferring, getting in and out of bed, but she's not doing very good at eating. She doesn't eat properly, or maybe just the reverse of that. So let's talk about some of these in particular.
Okay, so let's start with bathing. When you assess their ability to bathe, what does that mean? That means that they can shower or take a bath and clean themselves either completely or almost completely. Now they may not be able to reach their back, which is I could see that being a problem because it's hard to raise your arms or to reach back there. But if they can clean themselves, taking a bath or taking a shower by themselves for the most part, then they successfully are able to perform that activity. Dressing, can they get their clothes out of the drawers or out of the closet and put them on each article of clothing? And then can they zip the zippers? Can they button the buttons? Or if they have arthritis and it's hard to do the buttons, can you get shirts that have magnetic closures? Or if it's hard for them to do the zipper, can you get pants that have elastic in the waist? As long as you can help them be able to do these things on their own, then they can do that activity.
Be independent a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And safe. Transferring. Give us an example of transferring.
So able to get out of bed, maybe go to toilet or shower or to the dining room table, or maybe it's just get out of bed, and if there's a wheelchair there by the bed, can they get out of bed, get over into the wheelchair without falling? And sometimes they can do this by themselves. Sometimes it takes, a person to help, which would be like a one person assist, or if it's like they have no ability to control their movement at all, it may take two people. It's like in a situation where it's just dead weight, to pick them up and move them.
Okay, so feeding, which is one of the activities, it just means getting the food from the plate to their mouth. and being able to eat it. It doesn't mean being able to cook it. Somebody else can prepare the meals.
Right. And if your parent, this is another, I guess, subtopic. It's not eating, but uh, are they getting the food they need? And your mom never ate junk food, but then in her last couple of years, you begin to notice like a lot of junk
A
food around
lot
the
of
house
junk food. Yeah.
because it was just easier,
Yeah.
it's quicker.
True.
She was a really good cook, but she just, thought, I guess she didn't count. She's not going to do a big meal just for herself, or,
A
you
lot
know,
of work.
and then it probably got to the point, where it was difficult for her to, to cook a whole meal. So, or really even anything. So she did a lot more junk food. So that just be aware of that, their eating habits, and not, if they've eaten Big Macs all their life, the fact that they're eating a Big Mac now, maybe it's not a shocker. But if they've never eaten a Big Mac or never eaten out, and all of a sudden that's like all they're eating, well, then that's a clue.
Okay, so it's important to know what your loved one can do and can't do in each of these areas. And the reason is, as we age, like your eyesight may get worse, may not be able to hear as well, can't move, pick your feet up, your muscles get weaker. It's just a part of aging. This muscles getting weaker is one good reason that you need to continue to exercise, because muscles get weak, you're more likely to fall. Okay, assessing these different abilities will give you, the adult children, the opportunities to help, to offer some sort of care, assistance, or supervision for your elderly parent so that they can stay home longer and be safe. And it will help you to develop a plan.
And that's key, to develop a plan, not just, if you see them struggling, and we see that a lot where, maybe dad's already deceased and mom's at home by herself, and she just really struggling, and the kids are busy, they work, they got families of their own, and they stop by and help when they can. But pretty much all day, every day, mom's just left to fend by herself, and that's what she wants. She don't want any caregivers in the house, I mean, with her, because she's used to living by herself. But, you got to ask, can she safely be by herself? Is she a fall risk? Is she eating properly? Um, if you cringe every time she gets up and walks, and you think, oh, God, hope she don't fall, and or hope she doesn't choke on this food. Well, that's a clue. She probably needs some assistance. And these are a few things that you can focus on. That's a clue to you, to things to look at, to help make a determination. Does mom need assistance, and where specifically does she need assistance? May not need assistance with everything, but she may really seriously need assistance with one or two things.
Absolutely. And you can provide that assistance and help her remain at home much longer.
So, if you're watching this today, please leave us a comment and let us know how you've helped your parents, and if you've seen them struggling with a particular activity of daily living that we've talked about, and what specifically you've done to help. I think sometimes we see people overreacting. If mom needs help with one thing, they may jump straight to the conclusion, well, mom needs to go to the nursing home. Well, maybe so, maybe no. She just may need assistance with that one thing. So what have you done to help her be able to stay at home just a little bit longer?
And you may not be there when she gets dressed, right? But if she can't button the buttons or zip the zippers anymore, she may just stay in the same set of clothes for several days. So if you notice that she's in the same set of clothes, that's an indication
Another
that
clue.
that's a clue. That's a clue.
So leave us a comment, like, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.
And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.